Hi, loves. I hope that you're having a beautiful day today. I hope that you're feeling good. I hope that you're feeling rejuvenated. And if you're not, that's okay too. I hope this video can bring you some positive vibes and some good energy. I'm here in my apartment listening to the rain. And, today when I was walking my dog, I was just about to turn the corner and I was just about to leave the park and I heard this beautiful guitar music playing and I thought it was like someone's radio, I thought that it was someone just playing music in the park. And so I walked closer to the beautiful music and I saw this woman with her little son in a stroller, and they looked like they were listening to something. So I thought, oh, okay, it's them. That's beautiful. And then I kept walking, and I saw that behind the woman and her son, there were there was a woman who was playing the guitar. Like she had, a guitar, and she was had it up on her knee and she was just like strumming the guitar, and it was so beautiful. And I sat down a couple benches down away from them with my dog and just listened, just listened to the beautiful music. And when she finished the song, the woman and I with her son, we both clapped and said thank you. And the woman with her son in the stroller, they left. And I just continued to sit there. And, the woman spoke to me, the one who was playing the guitar. And she said, I'm still learning the guitar. This is my third time trying to learn the guitar. And she said, my father and my brother are musicians, and I keep trying to learn the guitar, but I just, the other times I wasn't successful. But this time I am learning the chords, and I'm learning the finger movements, and I'm laying the foundation for learning the guitar. And she kept saying, I'm laying the foundation. And she explained to me that with the classical guitar, I think that's what it's called, the acoustic guitar, it's really how you learn how to play the guitar, so that once you learn how to play like the electric guitar, it's much easier. So she wanted to lay the foundation because her passion was really playing the electric guitar. But she said it was much more intense in terms of how you had to put the fingers across the chords on the guitar to learn on a classical guitar, acoustic guitar. So when she was saying that to me, we had this very beautiful conversation just about life and about positive energy and love and music being part of the soul. But it stuck with me, this laying the foundation, learning the steps, even if you've attempted to do something more than once, more than twice, you can always be a lifelong learner. And that really speaks to me about understanding the mind and how the mind works, how your mind works. And when I was in the park, I was looking at all the flowers today. I was thinking about how beautiful the flowers are, and that before the park was the park, it was just, farmland or grass. But someone had laid the foundation by planting seeds to make the park something beautiful that's flourishing with flowers. you know? And the mind is like that too. When we are thinking about healing, when we are thinking about our thoughts and how we talk to ourselves, how we think about ourselves, it's important to understand that at the root of everything is laying a foundation, right? Is being a lifelong learner, is knowing that maybe on the first or the second or the third attempt, you may not totally master the art of having a positive mindset, for example. But it's about laying the foundation, right? In order for you to have flowers to grow in the garden of your beautiful, beautiful mind, you have to focus on the soil. You have to focus on de-weeding your garden, right? And you have to focus on planting the flowers, nourishing them, and making sure that they bloom. I don't know if you can hear the beautiful rain in the background, but it's just so amazing. But when we nurture ourselves, right? When we nurture our minds, when we think about what we're putting into our minds and lay the foundation, that's when we can grow as people. And, I read something where it said, in a garden, in soil, you can grow weeds or you can grow flowers. They're both plants, right? You can have positive and negative thoughts in your mind, in the garden of your mind. They're both thoughts. And so we've been given this amazing time to totally reset our lives, to totally reconnect with ourselves. And in reconnecting with ourselves, this is like a new start. This is like fresh soil. And now that we have the soil, it's important to think about the foundation of the soil. What are we planting in our minds? If there are weeds in our garden, there are weeds that have already grown in our soil, the soil of our mind. Are we just kind of pulling them out, like plucking them a little bit from the dirt, but not reaching in and grabbing them and removing them from the root? Or are we looking and finding the root of that weed that's in our mind? Because finding the root of that weed that's in our mind, getting to what has implanted that root of that weed, is part of laying the foundation for the person that we are becoming. It's not always easy, in that beautiful mind that we have, to look at all the negative thoughts and deal with them, So we try to do things like we numb ourselves, or we, do things that help us to escape. But really, it's about the lifelong process of laying a foundation, a solid foundation, a foundation that is full of flowers. And flowers, they can thrive with weeds. But one of the people that works at the park that is near my house shared with me is that every flower needs its own place to thrive. She explained to me that in the garden, she's had to relocate or move flowers to a different part of the garden because there were other plants around it that were sort of stifling its growth. And I think that's what happens when you don't root out, literally, things in your foundation, in your soil of your mind. If you don't take them from their root, if you don't make sure that you're planting flowers in a positive, fertile soil. But in order for the soil to be fertile, for the flowers to thrive, they have to have a sacred space. And in order for them to have a sacred space, they have to be able to be free of weeds. So this is the time, honey, to find out, what are the weeds in your mind? What are the things that are stifling your growth? How can you grow beautiful flowers in the garden of your mind? What do you need to rip from the root? What do you need to release from the root of your mind so that the flowers can bloom in your mind? What are the thoughts that you need to revisit, understand, and release? What are the thoughts in your mind that you need to revisit, understand, and release? Because when you do that, when you revisit those thoughts, and you say, this thought keeps coming up, and I keep pushing it back down, and I need to just face it. Once you face it, you're able to remove it and release it. I truly believe that. When you're dealing with something that keeps replaying in your mind, you can sort of deal with it, right? You can cut off the top part of the plant, but the root is still in the soil. So it can come back into your mind, and it can stifle the flowers that you're trying to create in your life. So think about today what you are doing to lay the foundation of flowers in your mind. And are you getting to the root of the weeds in your mind? And ask yourself, what are those thoughts that keep coming up for me? How can I look at them, understand them, and release them? Maybe for you, releasing means that you have to forgive yourself for something that you keep replaying in your mind. Maybe releasing means that you have to write it out. That could be a letter that you write about that thing that you keep replaying in your mind. I've definitely done that before. Maybe you have to go back and relive that situation so that you can face it and then release it. A lot of the time, our minds are cluttered with things that we haven't released yet because we are too afraid to face those things. But in facing things, in getting to the root of things, we are able to release them. So think about what you're planting in the garden, the beautiful garden of your mind. What weeds you need to take out of that garden so your flowers can bloom. I send you so much love today. Remember that there's always a balance of negative and positive energy in the world. That's a reality. But your power comes from your ability to see that thought that keeps haunting you, or that negativity that keeps creeping up in your mind, and release it and free it and fill your mind, flood your mind with positivity. Flood your mind with seeds of beautiful flowers. Just like the woman that I met today in the park who told me she had tried 3 times to learn the guitar, but then she realized it was about building a foundation first. Maybe there were things in her life that she had to take out before she could really sit down to give and dedicate time to the guitar. What are the things that you need to take out so you can really dedicate time to blooming beautiful flowers of love and positivity in your mind? What is it that you need to heal and face and listen to and release in your mind? What toxic energy are you still carrying around that you need to release? All of that matters, but it starts with the foundation. It starts with the soil. It starts with the seeds that you're planting in your mind and the weeds that you need to think about, that are in your mind, that you're allowing. Because sometimes we allow things and we don't even realize it. So what are the weeds you're allowing, and how can you face them at the root and remove them, release them? I send you so much love today. I hope that there was something in this video that really resonated with you. I am, doing these inspirational talks as much as I can until my 35th birthday, which is at the end of this month. And I just send you so much love and joy and healing energy. Be gentle with yourself. Remember that every day is a new opportunity for you to lay the foundation of love in your life. And sometimes there are things that are blocking or absorbing energy that could be used for positivity, and we need to let that go. And it's not always easy. It might take 3 times, it might take 4 times. But to be gentle with ourselves in the process. Be gentle with yourself in the process. I send you so much love and positive energy. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, love.